so nice to be back in sometimes sunny Everett, Washington, enjoying another Sunday morning with friends old and new. It's good to see each and every one of you. Even you, Cindy.
Especially,
we were saying
especially Cindy.
We hadn't seen Cindy live and right here in the place for a while.
Let's join together now for Surely the Presence. And you can you hear me okay? Okay, good. And you can start at the beginning if you like and you know it. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings, see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings, see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Surely the presence of God's love is in this place.
Well, good morning. Welcome to Sunday service at Everett Unity. Let's start with a reading from the Daily Word. Sunday, June 22nd. If we are feeling lost or do not know which way to turn, we take comfort in knowing we can pray and bring our awareness to our connection with God. Wherever we are on our spiritual journey, we receive divine guidance continually, and it is up to us to heed it. Divine guidance does no one any good if we doubt it or feel too hesitant to act upon it. We commit to remaining open and receptive as we receive our guidance. Even if the call of our heart surprises us, even if we doubt we can do what we're being called to do, we trust the still, small voice within. We affirm we are divinely guided and faith-filled. Scripture today from Isaiah, chapter 58, verse 11. The Lord will guide you continually and satisfy your needs in parched places and make your bones strong. And you shall be like a watered garden, like a spring of water whose waters never fail. That's a good verse. Our opening statement today, you'll find that inside your bulletin. With an open heart and mind, I heed divine guidance. Let's say that together. With an open heart and mind, I heed divine guidance. Our musicians are going to lead us in our opening song, which they will announce. I have no idea. This will be fun. I like it. Musical mystery.
Well, get yourself out. If you don't know it, you get yourself out this old book right here.
Is she a wind-up toy or what?
Now, you don't really need the book. Many of you know this. We have been singing this together for a long time. So, and it goes along beautifully with the reading from Isaiah, because we want the Spirit to flow through us. So we're going to sing Breathe Through Me. We're going to sing Live Through Me, Speak Through Me, and the final thing is Sing Through Me. Did you know, humans, it is now thought, neurology developed in the human in such a way that we had music, we had song before we had vocalization of words. So when we sing, it brings out, vitalizes everything from the bottom of the brain to the top. And of course, it vitalizes our heart.
It's 2:46. This is not, there's no number when you tune the strings.
Breathe through me, breathe through me. Oh, blessed Spirit, breathe through me, breathe through me, breathe through me. Oh, blessed Spirit, breathe through me. Live through me, live through me. Oh, blessed Spirit, live through me, live through me, live through me. Oh, blessed Spirit, live through me. And now, speak. Speak through me. Speak through me. Oh, blessed Spirit, speak through me. Speak through me. Speak through me. Oh, blessed Spirit, speak through me. Sing. Sing through me. Sing through me. Oh, blessed Spirit, sing through me. Sing through me. Sing through me. Oh, blessed Spirit, sing through me. Oh, blessed Spirit, breathe through me. Very nice. Thank you.
Well, good morning and welcome again to Everett Unity. I'd like to start by introducing you to the people who are most visibly serving you today. You were greeted by our ushers, Mary and Treese. Nadine and Paula are hosting social hour. They have a lovely spread of food downstairs if you have time after service to come and join us. Rick and Terry are providing audio video support for us. Of course, you've had a chance to hear our wonderful musicians, Sally, Doug, and Richard. My name is Cindy, and Doug Benecke is here to do our to provide our talk this morning. So I'm always glad to have them here. We were talking this morning. I've been gone the last 2 times that they were here, and then the time before that, Sally had been sick. So it was like I had to reintroduce myself. I'd like to remind you, if you brought your cell phone in with you today, please turn that off so we can have a nice quiet meditation here in a moment. And I do have a few announcements. I'd just like to remind you, we did start the second week of June, with our new book for our book study group, The 4 Agreements. If any of you are familiar with that, we brought that book back up. Many of us who had come to read that day had read it before, and we were all amazed at how relevant it still is. Right now, it is amazing. So we have read through the first agreement, and we're only going to meet the first Tuesday of the month, June, July, and August. We're having a little bit of a summer break. So you have not missed very much. You can join us the second Tuesday of the month in July and the second Tuesday of the month in August and catch up with that book. I do have a couple copies available if you don't own it or can't get your hands on it by the beginning of July. We'd love to have you come join us. It's the second Tuesday of the month from 12 to about 12:45. So come on your lunch break if you work and live close by. We'd love to see you. A reminder that our gentle yoga class that we normally have on the fourth Friday of the month, we won't be having that in June. Our yoga instructor will be away. Let's see. And then also the first Friday of July, when we would normally have First Friday Fun Night, is already going to be filled with a lot of fun on the 4th of July. So because we will not provide fireworks here at the church, we're going to cancel First Friday Fun Night in this building, and you will be responsible for your own Friday fun in July, okay? Are you guys up to it? Oh, Lordy, if we could have just fewer fireworks, I would be so grateful. Just me, sorry. Reminder that we're going to be going to the Aqua Sox game on Sunday, July 27th. That's at 4 o'clock, so Sunday morning service as usual, ball game in the afternoon. I do have tickets available, and I know it's still a little bit early, but quite a few of you have bought tickets, and I don't know if I mentioned to you, we have a set number of tickets this year. If you don't buy from the tickets that I have, I cannot get any more for you. So if you want to get them ahead of time, I would encourage you. They're $13 a piece. We'd love to have you come join us. We're all in a little group. We have a really good time.
Bring your umbrellas.
Yeah. I thought you were in charge of weather. I was talking to somebody, who was it? Someone said something to me the other day that they regretted that they had missed the ball game last year because getting caught in something totally unexpected like a hail downpour and everybody got soaking wet is one of those things that nobody ever forgets it. Right. It was so much fun. It was so, I mean, we all have a story to tell about trying to wade through the parking lot through a river of water. And I wish I could remember who it was because she said, I really kind of wish I had been there for that. And it's like, okay, well, what's going to happen? Was it Shirley? Oh, yeah. Yeah, she was at home all nice and warm and dry, and we were swimming through the parking lot. It was really fun. And then a reminder about the food drive. I apologize, I have not regularly reminded you that we are doing an ongoing food drive. There's a box back there. There's a box downstairs. We can accept food. We can accept cash or check or credit card donations. We supported the Marysville Food Bank this last time. We took a small amount of food, which was a nice amount for them, but we had a really large financial contribution. We were able to give them $845. And so any of you who have ever volunteered at a food bank know money goes further when we give them the money and let them shop because they're able to get more food for the dollar than we can. So if you are so moved, we'll support the Everett Food Bank probably June and July, and then into the end of summer, we'll support the Lake Stevens Food Bank. We're going to move around our community a little bit. And just a reminder, it is summertime, so the kids are going to be home from school, and parents are really going to be looking for things for lunches, so things to make sandwiches and stuff like that for your kids to be at home for lunch. That would be really helpful. So if you have any questions, you can see me, you can see Katie. Raise your hand afterwards. Katie is one of the organizers for this. And I think that is it for announcements. So let's sing together again. Same songbook, Wings of Song songbook, song number 241, and that'll lead us into our meditation.
41. She said 41.
Okay.
We're all good.
Okay, we're all good. Yeah, that's nice. She did my job for me. That's good. That's teamwork.
Job sharing.
Yes. going to do love and serve. Okay? So we're going to start with knowing. The greatest thing in all my life is knowing you. The greatest thing in all my life is knowing you. I want to know you more, know you more. The greatest thing in all my life is knowing you, loving you. The greatest thing in all my life is loving you. The greatest thing in all my life is loving you. I want to love you more, love you more. The greatest thing in all my life is loving you and serving. The greatest thing in all my life is serving you. The greatest thing in all my life is serving you. I want to serve you more, serve you more. The greatest thing in all my life is serving you. The greatest thing in all my life is loving you. The greatest thing in all my life is knowing you.
So let's take all that we have received as inspiration this time so far, this day, this week, all we have to be grateful for. Let us take every piece of wisdom and love that we've received into our hearts. Let's just take these next moments, breath by breath, to open ourselves more fully to that love, that ever-flowing stream. Father, Mother, God, I allow your love and your grace to rain down on me like gentle mist from heaven, to melt me, to strengthen me. I open myself to your love and your guidance. Let's spend just some quiet time with no narrative voice in that state of openness.
out there too. Till you give your love, there's nothing more that you can do. Love is the opening door. Love is what we came here for. No one can offer you more. Do you know what I mean? Have your eyes really seen? Do you know what I mean? Have your eyes really seen? Say it's very hard to leave behind the life we knew. There's no other way. Now it's really up to you. Love is the key we must turn. Truth is the flame we must burn. Freedom, the lesson we must learn. Do you know what I mean? Have your eyes really seen? Do you know what I mean? Have your eyes really
So nice to be here. I don't know if this has any relevance, but I was thinking on the drive over, quietly calculating in my head, how many times have we done something like this? That's a good 500 times. But every time, unique moments together. And thank you for being present in these moments that we get to share. We get to do things. I call this talk What We Get to Do. And in the film Parenthood, probably most of us saw that a few years back. It's a 30-year-old film or so. Parenthood. Steve Martin plays an overworked executive trying to find the balance between work and family. He's endearingly anxious and frazzled a lot of the time. At least this seems endearing when it's Steve Martin in a movie. In real life, having an anxious and frazzled mate, maybe not quite so endearing. You can ask Sally about that later. When Steve Martin's character Gil informs his wife about some work that's going to take him away from the family, she asks, "Oh, Gil, do you have to?" And he replies with Steve Martin-esque frustration, "My whole life is have to." My whole life is have to. How many of us have felt that way at one point or another? Show of hands. Every hand's up pretty much. How many of us have cried out in despair at some turn in the road, shackled by obligations or responsibilities? How many of us have perhaps, I'm not going to ask for a show of hands going forward, felt jealous of somebody else? Someone who seems to have an easier pathway, who walks in more comfortable shoes, rides in a nicer car, who seems to have their dream job or partner or family, especially on social media, whose body maybe works better or at least looks shinier on the outside. How many of us have lamented our own health challenges, money struggles, relationship conflicts, thinking we are somehow uniquely cursed? We compare our insides with their outsides, and we come up short every time. But I'm guessing that many of us would say yes and would put our hands up around some of the issues I just outlined. I can perhaps claim many of them as things I've been privileged to work with. Let's put it that way. This sense of my own path as burdened with responsibilities. This seeing the world through glasses tinted green with envy. For what I don't have, a view of other people as blessed by advantages that aren't coming my way. If you live in that place very long, I can tell you it is uncomfortable. To live from that consciousness habitually, the sense of lack, burden, missing out, is to develop the habit of seeing ourselves as a victim and begin to find our whole lives are tinged with that view of victimhood. Now, being in a state of victimhood has a certain seductive attraction, actually. If it was all done to me, I can't fix it, change it, or make it better. It's not my fault. I'm not responsible, somebody else is. This may not be a great place to be, but at least I didn't do it. If I view life as transactional, that there are winners and losers, then maybe I'm on the losing side. But at least I'm not the one who messed everything up. It happened to me, but not through me. Sometimes in addiction treatment, we get a patient, let's just profile a guy. We get more guys than women for different reasons. A guy who has a DUI, and we're going to help him address this problem. But when we sit down with him, he tells us, I only drink because of my wife. She nags me all the time. So it's not my fault. Brilliant. I often want to tell that guy, I am so glad you've identified the problem with the crystalline clarity that comes only from years of dedicated drinking. Clearly, we were barking up the wrong tree. Tell you what, we're going to discharge you from the program. Please go home and tell your wife that we need to see her right away because we want to address the root cause of your problem. So the problem is when we see our issues as having happened to us, not through us. Now, I'd like to discuss a healthier, a wholer, maybe even holier set of attitudes and responses to the situation that might make us say, "My whole life is have to." We begin in the summer of 1845, when I was a small child. But coincidentally, a family in Ohio welcomed their 7th child, a girl christened Mary Caroline. It's a lovely name. This young girl was thoughtful, curious, lively mind, but also suffered from some ailments as she grew older. Nonetheless, she did well in her schooling and even spent a year completing a literary course for ladies at Oberlin College, my own alma mater, before beginning her work as a school teacher. Eventually, Mary Caroline met a man, fell in love, married, started a family. Somewhere in between the birth of her 2nd and 3rd sons, Mary Caroline and her husband began studying healing through prayer and prayer as positive intention in our lives. They really got into it, we might say, realizing great benefits in their physical and spiritual health. And before their youngest was 6, they'd started publishing a magazine to promote these ideas, going on to become ordained as ministers in what would turn out to be a new kind of Christianity. Mary Caroline, you see, is better known to us as Myrtle. Don't know why the name changed. I haven't figured that out. And she and her husband, Charles Fillmore, are the founders of Unity. In 1897, Myrtle published the article, How I Found Health, in Unity magazine. And I very much want to share with you some of what she wrote. She wrote this: "I have made what seems to me a discovery. I was very sick. I had all the ills of mind and body that I could bear. Medicine and doctors ceased to give me relief, and I was in despair until I found practical Christianity. I affirmed my beliefs, and I was healed." I just want to enter in a little caveat at this point in the reading. This is 1897. We know a lot more in medicine these days, so I'm in no way suggesting that everyone give up whatever medical treatments, medications, doctor relationships that we have. We need to utilize those in 2025. But she has a deeper message. I'll go on with her words. I did most of the healing, thank you. I did most of the healing myself because I wanted the understanding for future use. This is how I made what I call my discovery. Intelligence as well as life is needed to make a body. Life is simply a form of energy, and it has to be guided and directed in a person's body by his or her intelligence. It flashed upon me that I might talk to the life in every part of my body and have it do just what I wanted. I began to teach my body and got marvelous results. I went to all the life centers in my body and spoke words of truth to them, words of strength and power. I asked their forgiveness for the foolish, ignorant course that I had pursued in the past, when I had condemned them and called them weak, inefficient, and diseased. I asked God to forgive me for taking divine life into my body and using it so wastefully. Anybody ever feel that way about 2 a.m. watching YouTube or something? Kind of wasting my time here. I promised, I don't think Myrtle was watching YouTube. She didn't get that. I promised God that I would never again retard the free flow of that life through my mind and my body by any false word or thought, that I would always bless it and encourage it with true thoughts and words in its wise work of building up my body temple. This next part, this is what I like. I also saw that I was using the life of God in thinking thoughts and speaking words, and I became very watchful as to what I thought and said. I did not let any worried or anxious thoughts into my mind. And I stopped speaking gossipy, frivolous, petulant, angry words. I'm with you so far. That's how I live. I let a prayer go up every hour that God would be with me and help me to think and speak only kind, loving, true words. And I'm sure that God is with me because I am so peaceful and happy now. I want everybody to know about this beautiful, true law and to use it. It is not a new discovery, but when you use it and get the fruits of health and harmony, it will seem new to you, and you will feel that it is your own discovery. Wow. What a gift given, I feel, to all of us through this remarkable woman. In her life and ministry, Myrtle created models for thought for all of us. And what she was teaching is the heart and core of unity. God, through Myrtle and Charles and those wise souls who have since followed, has given new life to all of us. Since reading this article by Myrtle, I find myself returning again and again to this passage. I did not let any worried or anxious thoughts into my mind, and I stopped speaking gossipy, frivolous, petulant, angry words. What? Aren't those like the 4 food groups of basic conversation? But I want this, don't you? To no longer have that part of us that gossips, gets angry, or self-righteous be in charge. To be rather a vessel of real love, of the Spirit of God, rather than separate ourselves from others, we therefore connect to and love others. I want that. I work toward that. Uphill battle some days. Many, though not all of us, probably grew up in some form of Christianity. Whatever our past, we come here on Sunday to celebrate our community, to support each other in our spiritual journey. I wonder how often we really come to grips with the radical nature of the teachings Jesus offered. Like the child in the emperor's new clothes saying, "But he hasn't got anything on." Jesus, in his message to us, comes from a freed, unstuck, revolutionary place of consciousness. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus said, "Don't be a victim." That's my translation. Do not worry about what you have to do, that your whole life is have to. If someone slaps your cheek, turn your head and give them a fresh target. Marion Williamson says that turn the other cheek means change the angle that you're looking at something from. Change your perspective. Keep trying to see past your prejudices and conditioning, your old habits of mind. Because when I'm stuck in my whole life is have to, I'm always keeping score. I have to do this, but what am I getting out of it? Where's my payoff? What's in it for me? It's all about a transaction. The way of the Spirit is not transactional. It's not I have to earn God's love and grace. It's all offered for free. As Jesus said again in the Sermon on the Mount, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, that's not what we're doing anymore. I found out something about the Sermon on the Mount of late. Mohandas K. Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi, from a Hindu family never identifying as a Christian, read from the Sermon on the Mount nearly every morning and evening for over 40 years. He had decided early on to live his life according to Jesus' teachings in the Sermon on the Mount. He said, these teachings went straight to my heart. And he wrote that the words, offer no violent resistance to evil, turn the other cheek, and if anyone takes away your coat, give them your cloak as well, delighted me beyond measure. How he engaged with and embodied Jesus' message led Martin Luther King Jr. to call Gandhi the greatest Christian of modern times. The way of the householder, for those of us who are not monks or hermits, that is for all of us, right? Do we have any monks or hermits in the room today on Zoom? They might be on Zoom, right? A hermit might tune in. This way of the householder is to continually take on task after task. We exist in a web of relationships, obligations, bonds, responsibilities. We may say we are enmeshed and constricted by our entanglements. But what exactly would our lives be like if we were to strip them of the relationships, the tasks, the commitments, the commissions that we carry out every day? What would my morning have been like if I hadn't gotten up and put the seeds in the bird feeders and put out some syrup for the hummingbirds and taken our dog for a walk? It would be relatively impoverished. It may well be that our number one task spiritually is to realize that the world we face in front of us moment by moment is the world that the Spirit is sending us. That the friend we have a moment of friction with is a gift from God, providing us a chance to strengthen our forgiveness muscles and practice some humility yoga. That the tasks we find difficult or repetitive that we wish we were free of because we are like so done with this job, or we're bored with doing this again, are fresh assignments to be present with ourselves and with others who may need our help. And that the obligations we find onerous at times are what keep us grounded and connected and in a circle of love with those we have the privilege to share our lives with. We may then be able to borrow language from my great teacher and inspiration, Albert Schweitzer, born 150 years ago in 2025. He was born in 1875. Schweitzer, who wrote frequently of his weariness with the constant hospital work. This comes up in I've been reading his letters. It comes up all the time. I am so weary. I long for a day when I can really sleep. But then he would conclude with something like this: I'm upheld by the privilege of being allowed to give myself to those in pain. In truth, we might realize that the fact that we're breathing, still alive, making choices, invites us to know we have a responsibility to all we encounter and to the entire cosmos, really. It may help us to remember again and again and again that our lives are not transactional. We're not in business selling ourselves to the highest bidder. The sacred approach to life is not transactional, it's transformational. We're privileged to take on responsibilities because through what we do, we become true yogis, disciples, and members of a fellowship. And we become transformed. We're here not to keep score in a transactional way, but to change our hearts in a transformational way. When we think through all that is on our to-do list, we can look at those situations and say, my whole life is have to. Or maybe we can embrace those as opportunities for spiritual growth. In truth, my whole life is get to. I get to show up. I get to help. I get to know you and be known by you. I get to. That's the whole enchilada, as Jesus said. I'm reading a different translation. Because I'm the age I am, I've had so many beloved friends and family members cross over into the mystery. I've had many moments I've lived when in retrospect I was not showing up with the I get to attitude. I feel I owe it to all of them and to myself, to Spirit, to be present in this new way each and every day. May we imagine that we can and will do works that are expressions of love. May we imagine that we too can take actions to save the planet, foster justice, work for peace, which we need more than ever now, and preserve what is dear. And may we take on the responsibilities that are offered in our lives, knowing they're really gifts, because we no longer have to live from, my whole life is have to. We have the privilege of seeing and saying instead, you can say it with me if you want, my whole life is get to. Thank you.
Thank you, Doug. And yes, peace is more important than ever right now. I'd like y'all to stand, please. Wiggle around a little bit. Relax. Y'all know this one. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Deep in my heart, in peace. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace someday. Deep in my heart, I do believe we shall live in peace someday. We are not afraid today. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid today. Deep in my heart, I do believe we are not afraid today. We shall overcome today. We shall overcome today. Thank you.
Thank you, Doug, for a wonderful song and wonderful music. How many of you sang today every time instead of someday? All my good little Unity people, today. We shall overcome today. We shall live in peace today, and we are not afraid today. Doug, I really loved your message between get to and have to. We're all guilty of that sometimes, aren't we? I was thinking about, my mother has been gone from this earth for 21 years now after a short, very intense experience with lung cancer. And she was the kind of person who always had a bag packed. She was ready for the next vacation. She had the countdown on the calendar, ready to go. She never traveled very far. She loved a car ride more than life itself, but she was always ready to go. And when her illness progressed, the thing she missed was all those have-tos, because she couldn't go to work anymore, and she couldn't drive anymore, and she couldn't go to the grocery store anymore, and she couldn't clean the house anymore. All those things that had felt burdensome that she had to do were the things that she wanted to do when she could no longer do them. And so I share that with you as a follow-up to an amazing talk about that, because I have thought about that routinely for 21 years. Every time I'm grumbling, I have to, I think about, what if I couldn't do it anymore? And then I would want to. And so be grateful in the moment that you get to. Thank you for reminding me again. I love that. Well, let's bless our offering now and thank our Creator for the many blessings that we have been given, including all of the things we get to do, right? So let's start with affirming the truth about ourselves. And this is how it goes. My name is, and you use your name, and I am prosperous, always and in all ways. So let's say that together. My name is, and I am prosperous, always and in all ways. Remember, always, forever and ever and ever, and always, as in all forms. So let's take your offering now. You can hold it next to your heart, literally or figuratively, and I want you to really think this morning about not only that prosperity and abundance, but the gratitude of the life that you've been given, the opportunity you have to do the things that you do. And let's be grateful together. Let's bless our offering. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I share, and all that I receive. Thank you, God. Amen.
I've always wanted to ask this question. While you're giving your offering as the bags go around, can you stand up and kind of dance a little bit? One, two, one. My life flows on in endless calm. Oh, above Earth's lamentations, now I do hear the real, though far off hymn that heralds a new creation. Above the tumult and the strife, I can hear that music ringing. Now it sounds an echo in my soul. And now you sing. How can I keep from singing again? How can I keep from singing? What though the tempest so loudly roars, I can hear the truth that's living. And what though the darkness sometimes round me close, sounds in the night it gives. I tell ya, no storm can shake my inmost calm. While to that rock of fate I'm clinging, while love is Lord of heaven and earth. You sing, how can I keep from singing? Watch me sing, how can I keep from singing? Again, how can I keep from singing? Woo! Good job.
Yeah, thank you for jumping up.
It's like therapy.
For all that is shared in dance, in rhythm, in voice, in song, in smiles, in gifts, we are ever so grateful. Amen.
Amen.
I do have one other quick reminder for those of you who might be interested. On Tuesday night at 6:30, we have our women's group. I forgot to mention that earlier, but 6:30 to 8:30, we have a great program planned for you if you'd like to join us. There's just a sign-up sheet downstairs on the information table so that they know how many people are coming, how many people to plan for. So if you'd like to join us, we'd love to have you. And thank you for coming this morning. So we're going to go downstairs if you have time and are able. We'd like to share some social time with you. Got a nice spread of food down there. And we'll circle around the room now, say our prayer of protection, and sing our peace song. So go ahead and circle around the room. There was an inordinate pause